Hello, my name is Charles Gardner. I'm the executive director of INCO. I'm a developmental neurobiologist by training. That means I studied how the brain develops. And I've spent 30 years of my career working in global health as a senior advisor to the World Health Organization, as an associate director at the Rockefeller Foundation, 10 years as a senior staff person in the US Department of Health and Human Services, including 5 years as the health attaché, as a diplomat in India. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because my understanding is that there is a proposal in Norway to raise the legal age for vaping to 25, while keeping the legal age for cigarettes at 18. The only rationale for this arbitrary age of 25 is that nicotine harms developing brains. So let's address that. First of all, when I was getting my PhD, it was well understood that the brain stops developing at the age of 18, not 25. Somehow that's changed, but the fact is the brain never stops developing. Even when you're 80 years old, it's still developing. There's no arbitrary point or cutoff where it just stops. So somehow infantilizing young adults by saying that their brains are still developing up to the age of 25 has entered into the discourse in neurobiology after my time. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But the problem here is this: the argument or the claim that nicotine harms developing brains has absolutely no human evidence to back it up. And in fact, it has plenty of human evidence to the contrary. 1 out of every 3 adults living today is either a current or a former smoker, and almost all of them started smoking in their teens. There is no evidence. There's an absence of evidence that 1 out of 3, that would be 89 million American adults, have brain harms. They don't. I want to address the issue of flavor bans, specifically with one safer nicotine alternative, which we often call e-cigarettes or nicotine vapes. When San Francisco, a city in California, banned flavors in 2018, high school smoking in San Francisco doubled by 2019. But teen smoking continued to decline in all of the surrounding school districts. There's evidence also that when Washington State, Rhode Island, New York, and Nova Scotia in Canada banned e-cigarette flavors, overall cigarette sales increased 5 to 8%. How many teens who vape will switch to smoking if you ban flavors? Next, how many adults who vape, which is most of the people who are frequent vapers who actually buy the things and own the things, will relapse to smoking if you ban flavors? My own survey of advocates who are actually energized about these products shows that 12% of them will relapse to smoking. Now, there are 11 million vapers in the United States. 12% of 11 million is a lot of people. There are 2.3 million vapers in the UK. That's a lot of people. There are 7.5 million vapers in the EU who have quit smoking. That would be 12% of that would be a lot. But we have actually now much better data that has come out of George Washington University, researchers who are not slackers, they're good researchers. What they found, not just looking at advocates, is in the general population in the United States. For those who are vaping, age 18 to 34, so we're talking about young adults, 33% of them will switch to smoking if flavors are banned. 1 out of 3 young adults will switch from a lower harm product, which is potentially at least 95% safer than smoking, to a deadly product if you ban flavors. And finally, this careful health impact assessment needs to ask how many fewer smokers will quit. Because we know from peer-reviewed evidence that these fruit and dessert and candy flavors are 2.3 times more effective for smoking cessation than tobacco flavor. Almost every adult who is vaping nicotine is an ex-smoker because of these products. Thank you for your time.